What is up, everybody? Back with a collection video here for y'all. I got a really good haul in Missouri over the past weekend. I was up there seeing my girlfriend, and we went to a cool record store in Cape Girardeau, Missouri. And also I got a couple albums from my local CD warehouse as well. But I'll start with those, I guess, since I got them first. The Puppet Master, King Diamond. I've got most of the King Diamond albums. This one I didn't have, so it's cool to have in the collection now. Came out in 2003, pretty solid album, good stuff. You know, King sounds amazing as usual. Andy LaRocque and Mike Weed on guitar are a fantastic duo, but I'd probably say The Ritual is my favorite song on this. Just amazing heavy riff, and overall pretty cool dark album, as most of the King Diamond albums are. And next up, I've got two by Kiss, Unmasked, which I think is a pretty cool album, especially like the song Naked City, I think is easily the best song that Gene Simmons ever sang on. Got a really great chorus, really catchy song, and Creatures of the Night from 1982. First one to feature guitar from Vinnie Vincent, even though he wasn't officially credited. It's got Ace still on the cover, even though he didn't actually play on it. He was credited and whatever. But cool album. This one, you know, they were starting to get a little bit heavier. This one, you know, still some remnants of the disco type of stuff that was going on in the late 70s, early 80s with them, but cool album nonetheless. Now I'll go through the other CDs, which I got in Missouri. So first one up is The Somberlin by Dissection, the debut from them. Great Swedish melodic black metal. John Nottveit was a great musician. He fronted the band, did guitar. Just awesome stuff here. Looking at these, like all the songs are great, but In the Cold Winds of Nowhere is probably my favorite. Just majestic stuff. Next up, got some Morbid Angel. Got Heretic from 2003. Trey, amazing guitar player, just heavy, brutal riffs as usual, or for the most part, from Morbid Angel. Now this one is an interesting album. Now Diabolical by Satyricon came out in 2006. They weren't, you know, quite as straightforward black metal as they were with their earlier albums at this point, but, you know, still good dark stuff. You know, not the darkest stuff ever, but like, I enjoy the title track. I enjoy the Pentagram Burns. Good melodic stuff. Got great rhythms to them, great riffs. The production's awesome, so I don't have a problem with that album. I think it's pretty cool. Now, I got two from a band that's actually from Missouri. I think they're from St. Louis, and a crucis. Got Screams and Whispers and Manic Impressions. Fantastic progressive thrash, super underrated band. These were their last two albums. They only had 4 albums, but I really also love their debut album from, I think it came out in 88. It's called Suffering Hour. It's one of my favorite debut thrash metal albums, but killer band. If you don't know them, check them out. Great thrash with some progressive elements to it, but really great musicianship and really solid albums. And I got two from Balfegor. Got Goatreich Flesh Cult and Walpurgis Rites Hexenwan. This is 05 and 09 from them, I believe. But Balfegor, super heavy, awesome, blackened death metal. They're from Austria, but super cool band. Still to this day, probably the heaviest band I've ever seen live. They just were absolutely brutal and amazing. I saw it in a really small club in Atlanta. They played with Dark Funeral. They opened for, they played first, and Dark Funeral came on after, but Balfegor definitely the better band of that night. Now I got 3 cassette tapes. I'll go with Tres Hombres by ZZ Top first. Great bluesy, classic hard rock. This came out in 1973. It's got LaGrange on it, which is one of their biggest songs, but a lot of the stuff on here is really cool. Waiting for the Bus, another big hit from them. Beer Drinkers and Hellraisers, some great riffing, great guitar tone, but cool album. I dig ZZ Top quite a bit. Now, the last two are by Maguire. Got Age of Excuse and Exercises in Futility. I do have Age of Excuse on vinyl as well, but picked it up on cassette tape. Also, amazing band. Very melodic, majestic, serene stuff. The drumming is absolutely killer, just majestic. Saw these guys at Psycho Las Vegas last year, and they were my favorite band of the fest. Just played absolutely perfect, and if you ever get a chance to see them live, you need to, because they're incredible. Great musicianship, great songwriting. The songs are all freaking awesome, and just great stuff there. And that does wrap up what, I've been adding to the collection lately. As usual, I like to know what you guys have been getting. Let me know what you think about my pickups. And as usual, y'all, till next time, thanks for watching.